Hey everybody, I've got two updates I want to go over real quick, and the first one is I'm just looking at the active inventory for homes in Seattle, single family homes, and what we've seen is that after we peaked in September to the largest amount we've seen in a very long time, we've seen a pretty steep decline. So right now there are a little under 800 homes for sale, single family homes, which of course include townhomes in Seattle. Now, that's a big drop from September where there are about over 1,400. Now, from January of last year, about this time, there were only about 300 houses on the market. So even though we've dropped a lot from September of 2018, we're still about 1.5 times more starting the new year than we were in 2017. So it's going to be really interesting to see as the spring, or I should say first quarter of the year, really kind of progresses. Are we going to see more listings come on the market? Are we going to see more buyers out there? And that's really what I'm going to get to here right now, which I thought was really interesting. So if you remember back in the early recovery years, so maybe like 2012, 13, 14, maybe even a little before that, there was this term shadow inventory. And I don't know if you guys knew what that was, but shadow inventory was referring to this inventory that was distressed home sales banks were holding on to and not putting on the market. So the home had foreclosed, the bank had repossessed it, but for one reason or another, they just weren't putting that home on the market. So these homes sat and went unsold when they ordinarily might have been put on the market and sold. And there's a lot of reasons or theories as to why that may have happened. So I want to bring that discussion of shadow inventory into something else, because I was curious with how many homes hit the market over the last 6 months in Seattle, how many didn't sell, and how those numbers looked this year or in 2018 compared to years past. So I did a little digging, and what I found was that for 2000, so again, dividing it between the first half and the second half of the year. So in the first half of 2017, there were 720 home sales that were removed from the market. That means they canceled and or expired. That second half of 2017, there were 953 houses on the market that didn't sell. So about a 32% increase from the second half of the year to the first half of the year. Now, 2018 was what I was really looking forward to. So in 2018, for the first half of the year, there were about 788 homes that did not sell and were removed from the market. So basically about the same number as 2017's. Yet in the second half of 2018, we saw that number jump to 1,584, a jump of about 200%. So crazy high levels of number of homes that didn't sell in the second half of 2018. So bringing back to the term shadow inventory, I'm really curious to see if in the beginning of this year, or certainly sometime this year, maybe the first half of this year, if these homes that were on the market that didn't sell are going to come back on the market. And now that graph that we looked at the beginning of this video, are we going to see big gains in active inventory from those homes now flooding back onto the market as the sellers believe this is now a better time to sell as opposed to the second half of the year? Something really worth looking into. Sorry that dragged on a little bit longer, but stay with me for the rest of the quarter, half, and throughout the year, and we'll see how these progress.